Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. You guys come on in. Come on in. Great morning. Come on in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Make sure you go ahead and share. Great morning, Summerlin. How are you? Great morning, great morning, great morning. Come on, come on. Yes, Georgia's in the building. Yes, I love it. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Christina. Hey, April. Good to see you all this morning. I'm home. Man, y'all listen, I love it when I get home. Listen, I missed home. I missed home. I missed home. And I missed my baby the day or two we were away from each other. It was only like a day, but y'all know how we are. Good morning, baby. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Corey. Yes, Buffalo, New York is the building. Come through, come through. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you so much. So, y'all ready? So, first of all, let me tell y'all what happened yesterday. Now, I'm thinking, because on my end, everything is still going. Now, I do see a notification that says that some social sites will not receive, you won't be able to see comments or something that's going on with them. I had no idea what happened, right? So I'm going on about my day. I think I blanked out and came back in and went on and finished. So if you guys didn't see the rest of it, which you didn't, if you were on Facebook, go to YouTube. I think YouTube has the whole thing. So let me tell y'all what happened. So why do I get a notification that says that my account is in danger because of nudity, sexual activity, something in my live? My live was violated community standards. My live yesterday, there was nudity or sexual activity or inappropriate sexual something yesterday. Yesterday, hey, Summerlin, yes, Ohio, hey, Denise, right, Summerlin. Babe, I wasn't even being nasty yesterday. Y'all listen, let me tell y'all something, because I need you to be very clear about what's going on, what's happening right now, and how important it is for you to be alert and aware so that you understand and recognize what's the trick of the enemy. Like, there's not even any sense in getting upset, worked up. You just know that the enemy tried it, right? Okay. Someone said it wasn't me. I've been keeping my clothes on. Because I know you like to be naked. Now, I like to be naked, but I wasn't naked yesterday. And I wasn't naked on no live, y'all. Come on. So look, I want y'all to think about this. Where is the area that the enemy has been attacking me? The enemy has been attacking me in how I look, how I dress, right? Things that allude to my sexuality, right? So of course, this is where the attack comes, right? All designed to try to make it seem like, ooh, You got to know who you are, and you got to know your assignment. And you got to know that the enemy is going to try the things that he's tried in the past. If he's going to distract you, delay you, detour you. But the only way you're delayed or detoured is if you allow the attack to shift you. Because though the attack was formed, it couldn't prosper. They had to put my stuff back up. It was an abbreviated version, but guess what? The whole thing is over on YouTube. So it's not gone. See, this is why, and I hear you, God. This is why it is important for me to have multiple places where my presence is located. And I'm getting ready to increase the places. Because, look, the enemy wants to shut me down, shut my mouth, right? Make me be quiet. It's all designed to make me be quiet. It's all designed to clog up my throat. It's all designed to keep me from being who God says I am, saying what God tells me to say, and people hearing me. Now, some will get caught up and they won't hear me, right? And it's okay. It's okay. Listen, I promise you, anyone who is supposed to hear you will hear you eventually or when they are supposed to, okay? So don't get bogged down in that. That thing right there did not bog me down. But I believe what happened was somebody reported my live as having nudity and inappropriate sexual behavior. Somebody hit a button that reported the live. So Facebook does what it does, which is tries to protect it's the people on the platform. So that's what it did. Now, I said the devil is a lie. You need to re-examine that, right? So they looked at it and they said, oh, we're so sorry for our error. But it doesn't change the fact that you cut my live off. There's only like 5 minutes of the live that's on there. It wasn't a really long live anyway, but there's only like 5 minutes. But listen, this is what I'm going to tell you. You got to understand that the enemy ain't playing in this season. Right. Your sister knows too. You ain't popping if you ain't got no haters not to be. Listen, I'm telling you, look, and I want you all to get out of moving by emotion. You know, we tend to be some very emotional people, right? We get all emotional, then we get all upset. Baby, that didn't even shift my day. I really didn't know until later. My baby called me and said, babe, what happened? I was like, what you talking about? It came back on. He was like, no, it didn't come back on me. I was like, well, I don't know why it didn't come back on for you. I'm thinking it came back on. I still don't realize that it literally cut off the live, right? So he calling me while I'm still live. I'm declining because I'm still live. I just wasn't live on Facebook, okay? So I don't even realize it. I go through my day. I get to his mama's house. I hang out with mama. We go shopping, go out to eat, you know, get back. We chill. Then I get on the road and head home. I think I saw it. When did I see it? I might have been on the road when I saw it, or I saw it when I got home. I don't know when I saw it, but I saw it sometime. And I was like, what? Come on now. I was on the road. I saw it when I was at mama's at the end before I left. So listen, but nonetheless, the enemy did not stop the message. He may have stopped the people from on Facebook from getting it, but it's on YouTube. So it's there. The message is still there. It's recorded. I've got a recording of it. So the message still can be put out. See, we can't get caught up in the attacks that form. You can't get caught. And this is the thing, angel number 155. The enemy will use anybody. You understand? The enemy will use anybody. And he will definitely even use you to attack yourself. When I look at it, why do this live come up on my husband's page and we married? Maybe he gets a prophetic word. I don't know. Maybe it blesses him. I don't know. don't know. I come up on a lot of pages of people who are married, okay? And it didn't matter that we're studying about sabotage. Exactly, Summerlin. So when you understand that what God is doing in this season is going to irritate the enemy, and the enemy will attempt to come for you. Then you will understand the enemy will what? What did I just say? Use anybody. Anybody. The enemy don't care who he uses. He is not a respecter of persons. Okay? So you've got to understand, do not be moved by the attacks of the enemy. Period. Do not be moved by the attacks of the enemy. LaDosha, in case you think that somehow something is going on with me and your husband. Okay, girl, no. I got my own whole husband. If anything, I need you to send me a thank you because maybe that's why he stopped. You know? Listen, when I tell y'all that what God is doing is so deliberate, right? What God is doing is so deliberate. See, God is arresting people right where they are, arresting them because he's trying to get us to get back in line, right? You've got to understand that what God is doing, listen, you got to understand that what God is doing is designed to realign us with who he created us to be. And I'm going to share this with you, LaDusha. I'm not sure how you say your name, but I'm going to share this with you, baby. Let me share this with you. When you look for stuff, you always going to find stuff. I think one of the greatest things that we can do as wives, right? Even when we know that they have done what they've done and been doing what they're doing, is really focus on aligning ourselves with God and what God has for us to do. And as we do that, anything that needs to be revealed will be revealed. But once it's revealed, then what are you going to do with it? Becomes the $1 million question. A lot of times in our lives, the attacks that are formed in order to destroy us personally, our relationships, definitely our marriages, and our spiritual connection with God. But if we allow that to happen, then that's on us. Now, in the case of marriage, it's so funny that you said that. In the case of marriage, right? We've talked about this before, and I'm going to share it again. You know, our love, the way we view love, it constricts. We want to control. You can't control no grown person. You can't even control your kids. You cannot control a grown person. You can't even control your kids, okay? So what you got to learn to do is expand and allow it to be what it's going to be and make appropriate decisions from there. God is able to mend anything that's broken. He's able to reconcile any relationship. See, we think that when cheating occurs, that's an automatic cut. Listen, that's why the enemy has gotten so many marriages, because how he goes after marriages is through infidelity. That's how he goes after them. He always is going to go after infidelity. What we got to do is ask some questions. And we ask the wrong questions. You know what we ask? Who is she? When did you start talking to her? Why you liking her stuff? Why you watching her? What's really going on? That's what we ask. That ain't what we need to be asking. What we need to be asking is, what's going on with us? What's going on with us? I feel disconnected. What's going on? When we begin to ask the appropriate questions, then maybe we can get the right answers and really deal with what the issue is. The issue with cheating is never the cheating. The cheating started before the cheating started. Right? There was disconnection before the cheating started. Something is going on, and you need to discern what is going on with the relationship. Okay? Because something's going on with the relationship. Yes, some men will cheat. They're going to cheat. They've been cheating, and they'll probably continue to cheat. But look, what are you going to do with it? Because at the end of the day, if you keep finding out that he's cheating and you keep saying he's going to keep doing what he's doing, period. Why not try something different? Why not try something different? Why not try figuring out what's going on? Why not try to create intimacy? And I'm not talking about just sex. We think in marriage that the only intimacy that matters is sexual intimacy. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I don't know about y'all, but one thing about me, if somebody keep asking me a whole bunch of questions, I'm going to get irritated. Baby, you're fine. Listen, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. This is what I want you to get, though. There's something going on that's deeper. And what I would encourage you to do, because I can't tell nobody what to do, but what I would encourage you to do is seek God about what's going on and ask him to show you something. My baby said somebody invited him to get a word he might need. And I know lots of invitations go out. I know my baby definitely sends out a lot of invitations. I'm going to say this because I love the institution of marriage and I want marriages to work and to last. But we have to be honest on both sides, the husband side and the wife side. We've got to be honest when things are off, right? And one of the things that I had to learn was that if you focus on the negative, if you focus on the past, if you focus on those things, then those things are going to be the things that continue to happen and to continue to manifest in the relationship. But if you shift your focus to the things that he does right, my baby said she my type. Yes, I am, baby. For life, whole girlfriend and wife, because I am the other woman and the wife. I'm both of them. For that reason. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. God showed me this a long time ago because I've been the other woman, right? And so I understand what the other woman provides that the wife does not provide, right? So the woman provides a safe place, a place without judgment, a place where he can share his insecurities. He can share the things that he really likes sexually that maybe he doesn't feel comfortable sharing with his wife or doing with his wife, right? But he can share that with the other woman, right? The other woman doesn't put all that pressure on him that the wife sometimes puts on him. So look, my thing was this. I said, listen, if wives can learn how to become the other woman, I'm my husband's other woman. I'm his whole girlfriend. When we go out, he might say, look, this is my girlfriend, but don't tell my wife, right? And people be looking, but I am his girlfriend and his wife. I'm the side chick. I'm the other woman. Listen, I am all of those things wrapped up in one because I want to be the place where he knows that he's safe, the place where he can talk about whatever he want to talk about. He can share whatever he want to share. If there's a sexual fantasy he has, he ain't got to go tell nobody else. He can tell me. Right? I want to be that safe place for him. I don't want to be the place where when he thinks of me, he only thinks of nagging. He only thinks of, she's going to have something to say. She's always complaining. So I have to monitor me. I got to monitor my mouth. When I find myself giving too many complaints in a row, I got to check that. And then I got to talk about the amazing things that he does, how I love how he loves me. I got to go back. To the stuff that is positive, the stuff that is good. So think on these things. So whatsoever things are good and pure and true and of good report, I focus on those. Wives, let me tell y'all this. You want to get your marriage back in alignment? Go into a place where what you do is focus on what your husband does right. Listen, if he only do one thing right, I want you to talk about that one thing every day, all day. Just talk. Ooh, I love the fact that you pick up your clothes. Baby, I love the fact that you let the toilet seat down. Oh, baby, I love the fact. Baby, I love that you do. Baby, I love that. Ooh, baby, you look so sexy to me. Baby, listen, you got to find the things that you love about your husband and focus on those things. Tell him all those things all day long. Baby, text him just out of the blue for no reason and say, baby, I just was thinking about you and how you make me feel, or thinking about how your lips feel on mine. Baby, you need to listen. What do the other women do? What do them side chicks do? What do they do? Baby, let me tell you something. When you become your husband's side chick, his other woman and his wife, He has everything that he desires in one place. If he cheat after that, that's on him. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You've done your part. You've done what you needed to do. So, it can't be because of you. It's something in him, right? Baby, but let me tell y'all, for real, I am my husband's other woman. I'm his girlfriend. I'm his side chick. He talked to both of us. He talked to the girlfriend and he talked to his wife. He talked to both of us, right? And so people would think that's weird. But baby, let me tell y'all something. When you get your marriage in a place where your significant other can be all of who they are with you, because too often people can't be all of who they are with you because they don't want to be judged. Listen, I remember I had to have a conversation with my husband and I had to say, listen, okay, I know that we're anointed. I know that I'm a powerful woman of God. I get all that. I get it. I know that you're a man of God. I get all that. I get all that, right? But baby, you are my husband and I'm your wife and the marriage bed is undefiled. So don't be acting like I can't do that with my wife because she's anointed and I'm still anointed after we do it. We've got so many things mixed up and it has put us in bondage, and a bondage that shows up in our marriages that produces trouble in our marriages and opens the gate for the enemy. And sometimes the gate is open just a little bit. That's all the enemy needs. And sometimes the gate is open, wide open. Close the gate. Close the gate. And I ain't talking about close your legs. Close the gate, open your legs. Close the gate, open your legs. Close the gate, open your legs. Now, if they want to block me for sexual stuff, they block me today. Today would be the day to block me, not yesterday. Okay? Because I'm giving y'all the real, the skinny. See, because the weapons that the enemy forms against marriages is where there is an opening. Where there's an opening. Everything opening except what need to open. Your thoughts, your fears, your insecurities, all that stuff open. But everything else is on lockdown. Now, I don't know about y'all. Listen, I'm just saying what I'm saying. Look, you need to get that if you, as a spouse, okay, are not providing what your spouse needs, your spouse is going to find themselves vulnerable to someone else. And someone else wants what you got. I'm trying to tell y'all they want it. Or they'll say all the things you don't say. They'll do all the things you don't do. That's why when women say, listen, okay, I'm going to get just the T90 bit graphic, close your kids' ears up, okay? When women say, oh, I don't believe in oral sex. Oh, that's nasty. I'm not going to do that. Baby, somebody waiting to do it. I'm just saying, somebody waiting to do it. Oh, they waiting. Oh, they cannot wait to grab hold to the microphone and talk on the microphone. They can't wait. You got to figure out what's most important. Excuse me, Daddy. Okay, but you already know. You got to figure out what's most important. You got to figure out if it's more important for you to, look, it really ain't nasty if you do it right. It's not nasty. I'm not saying that I do it, but I'm just saying, if you do it right, it ain't nasty. Okay. So you got to figure out what it is that your spouse wants, and your desire should be to your spouse. Your desire should be to your spouse. And if your desire is to your spouse, your desire should be to please them. So your goal should be figure out what is going to please them, right? Because you love them. I love my husband. I want my husband to be pleased. That means that if he likes something, I'm willing to try just about anything one time. Now, if I don't like it, I'm saying, man, I don't really like that. Can we do something else, right? You've got to figure that out. You've got to figure that out. And your heart has to be to pleasing the other person, even if it's something that you've never done before. Girl, talking about I just fainted, but you telling the truth. Listen, I know. Hey, Mike, good morning. We don't want to deal with the real stuff. And so, unfortunately, seasoned women have done young women a disservice, because seasoned women in the church, in the body of Christ, are not addressing things that need to be addressed, or they're telling these young women, oh, don't do that. Now, listen, the young women was doing it before, but now they done got in the church and they ain't doing it. And they wonder why these men don't want to go to church, because the church is representing the shutdown of all things enjoyable and pleasurable. Okay? Listen, God done messed my sex life up. Yeah, I can't do nothing. I can't go nowhere. I can't listen to the music I want to listen to. And y'all stop trying to listen to praise and worship music while you're being intimate with your husband. That ain't sexy. I had to get on my husband because he like jazz. I'd be like, babe, give me some, silk, some 90s R&B. Get the 90s R&B. Alexa, he just be like, Alexa, 90s. Alexa, you know what to play? Alexa says, playing music from 90s date night. Don't do that, girl. Angel number 199. You've got to understand that you got to figure out what each other likes. Yes, babe. If you spend your time trying to please your mate, ain't no time for nobody else. Come on. Girl, Kareem, who listens to praise and worship during sex, I promise you, it's some people out there that do that. I promise you, they try to do it. I promise you. I promise you they are. I promise you there are. For real. There are. I'm not making it up. It's for real. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. I'm just telling y'all, it's a real thing. But you've got to understand that is one of the number one weapons that the enemy will use. My baby said, not over here. It sure is not. Give me some knock in the boots. Jackie, girl, get out my playlist. But you've got to understand, if you know what the enemy is going to use, then you counter it. How do you counter it? Women, let me give you this, and then I'm going to say something to the men. Because men aren't the only ones that cheat. I've cheated. So I'm telling y'all, I'm going to give y'all something on each side, okay? Women, let me share this with you, okay? This, you can do with it what you want to or not, okay? Most people I found that if you are having problems in your marriage, there's some things that you can strategically do to begin to open up and soften the heart of your mate so that you can begin to have the difficult conversations that you need to have. I get it. You don't want to be intimate with him because, all y'all do is argue, and then he want to come home, and in the middle of the night after you done dealt with the kids and been at work and then had to clean up the house and he ain't doing nothing to help you, then he want to try to touch on you. And you like, get your hands off me because I'm tired, right? Listen, even in your tiredness, listen, there's some tricks to it. Learn how to still provide him with what it is that he needs while you rest. That's another class. I'm going to have to teach that class. That's another class. There's some ways that he can get what he needs and you can get what you need all at the same time. And everybody's good. Everybody's happy. But one of the things that you can do is you can use your sexual encounters to soften the heart of your husband. And I'm not talking about in a manipulative way, but I'm saying there's something about a man when he is satisfied in that area. Afterwards, there is a level of sensitivity that he has that he normally does not have. Right? And maybe that's a space and a time when you can have some difficult conversations, some complicated conversations with him, and not in an attacking and judging way, but in a gentle way. Begin to have conversations and ask questions, right? If there's something that's really deep, right, that I need to talk to my husband about, or I want to ask, or I want to discuss, that's normally when I do it, right? We're both in a more sensitive space. We're not, when you're up, first of all, when you're lying down, you're more relaxed. And after an orgasm, you got the happy drugs are flowing through your body, right? Your neurotransmitters are firing, you relax, everything, So you're more likely to be able to have those conversations, okay? But if you're in a place where you're having problems in your marriage, have sex every day for 7 days, every day for 7 days, every day for 7 days, have sex every day for 7 days, 7 days. every day for 7 days. What's going to happen is your neurotransmitters are going to fire differently. You're going to have that happy hormone that's running through your body, that happy drug that is released from orgasm that's running through your body, and you're going to feel better. You both are going to feel better, so you're going to respond to each other differently. Yes. 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 More receptive after sex. Yes. I love Robert when it's time for us time. Listen, y'all. I had taken R. Kelly out of my playlist. I had taken him out. And one day, I don't know, we were riding and we were listening and some song came on and oh my God, I remembered how much I love his music. I said, I don't mean no harm, but Aura is coming back into playlist. Yeah, he coming back in. He coming back into playlist. Listen, you got to do what works for you. But there are ways that you can open things up. Now, I believe in being very honest with couples. I think that that's really important. And I get it. Sometimes we have issues as women because of incest, molestation, something that's happened, sexual assault, rape. So we have issues, right? But a lot of times we don't necessarily tell the man that. So the man doesn't know that we have these issues. The man doesn't know that we've gone through this trauma. The man doesn't understand that there are certain things that he may do that reminds us of something that happened to us that we didn't want to happen to us, and we cringe and we draw back. They don't understand that. So you've got to be willing to have some difficult conversations, right? That opens the door, okay? Opens the door. Men, you can't just have sex start in the bedroom at night. It doesn't start there. It doesn't. It starts in the day. It starts in the day. It starts in you talking to her and how you talk to her. You know, it starts in you listening to her. It starts in you making sure that you are paying attention and that you tell her out your mouth that you love her. Tell her out your mouth. I know you like, I pay the bills. I work 3 jobs to make sure that she got what she wants. Look, Mother's Day, I did this for her and I did that for that. She ought to know. Tell her out your mouth that you love her. Tell her out your mouth that you love her. Babe, I love you so much. Tell her she's beautiful. Tell her. Okay, she looked in the mirror. She knows she looked good. Tell her anyway. You tell her so that nobody else has to tell her. That she's hearing it from you so much that because really, I'm going to tell y'all this. Men may think that women just want attention. What they want is your attention. And it doesn't matter how many other people give them attention. They want your attention. They want your compliments. They want your I love you. They want your, baby, you look good in that, baby. You wearing that outfit, baby. You wearing that dress, baby. You better do it, girl. Come here. They want that from you. Not from the streets, but from you. But if you don't give it to them, the streets will. And you don't want that. Tell them that they look good. My husband be like, babe, but you know you look good. So I do. But I want you to tell me because I put extra effort to look extra good for you. I put extra effort to make sure that I was fine. I put extra effort so that when we walked out the door, the people will be looking at you like, man, you got a good one. So that you can put your chest out. Be like, yeah, I'm the man. Yep, she mine. She with me. Yep, I pulled her. Yes, I did. Okay? Rashay said, I'm still learning to be a wife with my parents not being married or not having married couples around or in your life made it difficult to understand. I know to be submissive, faithful, empathetic, and love him unconditionally. Being hurt from every relationship and having my husband loving me like I've never been loved before. I make everything about my husband. What advice would you give to stay married? I'm 33 and he is 28. It sounds like you're doing the right things. The next thing I would say is make sure that y'all have plenty of intimacy and not just physical intimacy. You know, be the place where he can share his dreams. Be the place where he can share his fears and know that he's good, right? I know sometimes it's challenging when you're loved like you've never been loved before, because you feel like it's not real, or you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. But I'm gonna tell you this: when you can embrace that, and you can and have plenty of sex, full sex, quickie sex, morning sex, night sex. And I'm not saying that it's all about sex, but if he's 28 and you're 33, his sex drive is highest now, and yours is probably in the middle, right? So you're in your 30s, your sex drive started to drop off just a little bit, right? It picks back up in your 50s. Like 50-year-old sex drive is crazy for women, okay? It's like teenage sex drive. That's how serious that is, right? So our clocks are opposite, okay? So just make sure that you all have plenty of time for intimacy, and make sure that you have conversations and share with him, you know, things that you've gone through, how it's affected you, and just be very real and very true, and tell them what you need. I think a lot of times we do this mind reading thing where we think that someone else is supposed to read our mind. We want them to just know what it is that we want. And I think that happens on both sides, but nobody's a mind reader. Say what it is that you want to say. Say what it is that you need, right? What it is that you desire. Give them the opportunity or not to do it, okay? Great morning, my brother. Charlotte said I'm teaching. My baby said I'm his Aaliyah. So the reason that he said the reason he says that is he always says I look so young. He said he got me looking like Ira Kelly. Because he says I look so young. Now, granted, I look younger than my age. I do. He be showing out so bad. And me being the comedian that I am, talking about, just don't pee on me. That's the next thing. Laugh. Share lots of laughs. Baby, I'm telling you, if you are mad at each other, watch something that makes you laugh. Laugh together. Laughing also releases the same endorphins that sex does, right? I'm telling you, listen, you gotta understand that there are so many things that you can do. Laugh together. Do things that the other person enjoys, even if you don't enjoy it. Do it anyway, right? Find things that you can do together to build unity. These are things that you guys share, things that you do. He's talking about, you're my bacon egg sandwich. That's what he always said. Look like a whole bacon egg sandwich. I said, a bacon and egg sandwich? He said, no, you cannot put the and in there. A bacon egg sandwich. A bacon egg sandwich. Yes, Charla. Love language of both. Yes. Learn your love languages, right? My husband's love language is quality time. But like, that's one of his. Physical touch, quality time. We good on a physical touch. That's one of mine. But that quality time is big for him. And for him, quality time is us doing something and me not touching my phone. Because he can't comprehend that. He can't comprehend how I'm watching a movie and on my phone at the same time. He can't comprehend it. I'm very much a multitasker. It's very difficult for me to just put my phone down. So I try to make some time where I put my phone down, right? As much as possible. But then, you know, I normally don't have my ringer on. So if I'm in a place where I'm responding to stuff, when I'm watching movies, that'll be a time where I just be responding on Facebook. I scroll and like, you know, scroll and like, because, you know, it doesn't require a lot of thought, right? Great morning, Carlos. How you doing? Charlotte said, when you are mad, stop. Both of you breathe, look at each other in the eyes and smile. It's real hard to stay mad when you're smiling. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's excellent. That's an excellent suggestion. You know, smiling. Because let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I can be mad. And I do get mad. I don't want y'all to think we don't get mad at each other, because we do. But when I get mad, he'll look at me. And he'll do this silly smile. And I'll be looking at him like, what? I mean, like, don't be smiling at me. He's like, oh, I'm going to smile. I'm going to smile. And he does smile. So smiling at each other, breathing, relaxing, stopping the conversation if it's not working. Y'all, my light went off, so I'm not going to worry about it. Stopping the conversation if it's not moving in a productive manner, okay? Stop it. Just stop. Stop talking about it. Table it and come back to it after sex. Table it. Okay, this is a bad conversation, right? There's some conversations that are bad conversations. We got to be good and relaxed, both of us, so we don't go off, okay? Troy said, are you talking fast or is that my phone on 1x speed? Ella, you're pumped this morning. I am, Troy. I am. You know, I always talk fast. You know, I always talk fast. My baby says she can't slow down too much. Listen, I be trying though. I be trying, but y'all know how I'm wired. So that's the reason that God blessed me with him. And I say blessed me because, you know, for a year, over a year, God had been slowing me down. He had been slowing me down, slowing me down, slowing me down, so that I could. He had been slowing me down. I love you, babe. He had been slowing me down because he knew what he had for me, you know? And my husband helps balance me so that I don't just keep running and running and running and running. Because if it was up to me, y'all, I'd be like, he's like, babe, I don't know if that's the best idea. Babe, I think that maybe, you know, I did need that, babe. Carla, somebody, you always talking about communication. Absolutely. Absolutely. Your husband got that bacon egg sandwich this morning. Shut up, Troy. Listen. Listen. No, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but the comment prompted it, right? See, we think things are accidental. Nothing is ever accidental. Everything always happens for a reason. And I'm grateful that the young lady made the comment. I'm grateful that she did. I know my crew be looking for people. They be like, who's trying to come at my apostle, right? My crew be trying to look for people, but I'm grateful because guess what? She's not the only one who probably wonders why I pop up on their husband's page. And I ain't the ugly apostle. But that's why. There are people who will listen to me that will not necessarily listen to someone else because of how I look. Because of how I look. I know this. I know that for people who have been hurt in the church and judged in the church, I often give them hope. I give them hope. Yes, it could be the algorithm. And listen, it may be someone that my husband knows. My husband shares my lives with a lot of people because he believes that I'm going to say something that's going to help them. He just believes that. My husband really does believe in me. He believes that God uses me in mighty ways in people's lives. And maybe people hear something from me that they won't receive from someone else, right? So he does a lot of sharing. You know, he does a lot of sharing. Yes, I'm running. How God shows out, won't he do it? Absolutely. My baby's talking about it's supposed to rain all day. You know what that means, Joy. Stop being grown. It's on here being so grown and so fresh, sir. We're not doing, sir, you're being grown and fresh. And I've been gone, okay? God sent the rain for us. Let me let it rain so he can't work outside. Now he got to work inside. Listen, but that's our key. And I'm not just talking about sex, but I'm talking about having fun. A lot of times after you've been married for a while, you stop having fun. Our commitment to each other is that we will always have fun, even in the difficult times, even in the challenging times, that we will make time for fun. And what's fun for us may not be what's fun for other people, but we're going to have fun. We also have made a commitment to make couple time. Not just time for us to do stuff together, because definitely that, but also time to spend time with other couples. Couple time is important. Now, I have single friends. Okay. I have single friends. Okay. My husband doesn't do a lot of hanging out. He doesn't. He doesn't have a lot of guys that he hangs out with. Most of his friends are real married and real settled, right? I still have single friends because there are more women who love God and are still single, right? So I still have a lot of single friends. I don't spend a lot of time with my single friends, but I make sure to spend time with my friends, period. And it just so happens that some of them are single. And I know my sister-in-law was saying, girl, you got to get rid of them single friends. I won't get rid of my single friends because, these are people who I'm in their life for a reason and they're in my life for a reason. Okay. But we don't do anything. Like, we will go out to eat. We'll go listen to some music. We'll go have fun. It just gives us a chance to spend time with one another. So it doesn't have to be that a married woman with single women, she's going to cheat. That's foolishness. A married woman is going to cheat if she going to cheat. And she ain't got to have no single friends to do it because she ain't cheating with her single friends. Okay? We've got this stuff so confused. We've made love and marriage so constricting. It's the way that it was done. It's the way that it's always been done. Like, this is what has to happen in order to keep your marriage. You got to constrict. You got to lock down on your significant other. Listen, my husband is free to go as he chooses. And it doesn't mean I don't love him. It doesn't mean that I'm not concerned about him. It doesn't mean any of that. It simply means that I trust him, and anything that he's going to do, he's going to do. My job is to just love him to the best of my ability and let it go from there. My baby said, go to Walmart and buy Farkle. So we play games, right? And we're both competitive, I'm going to tell y'all. So a game may lead to something afterwards. We might get a little attitude or something because somebody going to lose. Somebody got to lose, right? But we play Farkle. Like, I learned how to play Farkle. And we had fun. Troy said, but truthfully, that's easier said than done, but it's truth in having fun in the relationship. It absolutely is. You know why, Troy? In marriage, you have to deal with the tough things of life, right? You have to deal with the tough things of life, especially when you have children, small children. You're dealing with bills. You're going through stuff. But all the more reason for us to remember why we fell in love the first place, why that happened. And that's why I said the 7-day sex challenge works. 7 days. Have sex every night for 7 days. You may do different things, but one night it may not be all the way, but that's a whole nother class. I'll teach that one day. We'll teach that one day, right? But I don't know. My husband will get embarrassed. He might get embarrassed. Baby, you'll get embarrassed if we teach that. Because he'd be like real, and I'd be like wide open, not literally, okay? Rashay said, yes, having my kids 345 days of the year, we don't get a lot of time together. I think that causes confusion sometimes, but I'd rather not force my children on anyone. This is what I'm going to say, Rashay. I understand what you're saying, but force your children on their other parent. If there's another parent involved, or if they're your kids, right, together, please build in time where you have a friend or friends, and maybe y'all trade off. Maybe they take your kids for you one weekend and you take theirs for them one weekend. But do that. Build that into your life. It's important. It's really important. You'll be grateful for that down the road. Because I think y'all's kids are together. That's big time insecurity. Man, ain't nobody trying to get pregnant again. I'm getting old. Well, you know how not to get pregnant. Listen. You know how not to get pregnant. Listen. But I'm telling you, it just reminds you. And look, take a day, and y'all don't even have to have sex, but y'all just look at each other and explore each other's bodies, but don't have sex, because then you're going to want to have sex the next day, right? But there are things that you can do. You got to remember what you love and like about each other. Turn the lights on. Single people, these are things to file in your notes for when you get married, right? Because what I've discovered is most people have more sex when they're single than they do after they get married. Now that's crazy, but it's the truth. You talk to most men, they'll tell you, no, I'm not getting married. Listen, all my married friends don't get none. They got some before they got married, but they got married and they stopped getting any, right? So that's why I talk about the 7-day sex challenge, because listen, and if you as a couple are having some challenges, you're facing some challenges in that area, 50 shades of light skin, dark skin, caramel, chocolate, all of that. If you are a couple that's married and you're having challenges in that area, reach out, right? Reach out, because listen, we do provide those services. We do provide those services, right? We do couple counseling. I work with couples. I'm saying this by faith because we didn't talk about this, but we are going to do more of that together, because I think it's important to have that male and female perspective, even though I think a lot like a guy. I think a lot like a guy. It's good to hear that from a man, and a seasoned man. My husband has a lot of wisdom. He has a lot of wisdom in marriage. And I know that a lot of young men need him. They need his wisdom. Yeah. You know, I was talking about that. I was talking about doing a retreat for couples. April, Corey, Jackie, y'all remember me talking about that? Because I teach about sabotage and self-sabotage and how we self-sabotage ourselves, right? And our saboteurs. And when you understand each other's saboteurs and how to break that down, I think that's a great idea. That's something that we're going to look at doing. Bay, you in? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah. And it's not because we're perfect. It's not because we've been married so many years together. We haven't. But we've been married a lot of years to other people, okay? And so we've learned a lot of things. We've learned some things. There were things that we did wrong. There were things that we did right. But all of it, there are lessons. 10 toes down, let's do it. Hey, Order Johnson's about to take it on the road, baby. We're about to do a retreat. Yes, Mr. Johnson will drop gems and advice even when it steps on your toes. Absolutely, he will. Hey, cousin, good morning. Thank you, girl. That's the glory. The after glory. Corey said, yes, ma'am. I definitely will. And then also, Rashay, seriously, if y'all want to do a session with us, reach out. Okay? Reach out and we'll do a session with you guys. You know, it's important. It's important to have spice in your life, period. You know, and I think that we get so serious minded, so bogged down with everything that's going on in life that we forget that. So though the weapons may be formed, they shall not, cannot, will not, must not prosper, because God's word is true and it will not return to him void, but it will accomplish everything that it is sent forth to accomplish. So some of you may say, Corey said, Jarrell and I will be also. There you go. Listen. Some of you may be saying, how is she talking about sex and God all in the same breath? Because God created us for intimacy. He created us first to glorify him, and second, for each other. When he created woman, he said, it is not good for man to be alone. And he created woman. When they left the garden, he said, go multiply. We're supposed to multiply. We're supposed to be intimate. He created us so that we fit perfectly together. And you got to understand that it's not dirty. It's not dirty. You know, not when we do it in the right context. So when you understand who you are, and you understand that God has created you to please one another. That's period across the board. You got to learn one another. And I think one of the things that I love most about this time of our life is that we get to explore one another and explore life together. Troy said something very real. When you start having children, that's what happens. You stop really being able to explore because everybody's tired. The kids and wore you out. They done got on your nerves. I know y'all's kids didn't get on y'all's nerves or don't get on y'all's nerves. Mine got on my nerves, okay? I love them, but they got on my nerves. But it's still necessary. It's a part of it. Salt and pepper is good, but ass slap your mama every now and then. To spice it up a little bit. Absolutely, baby. Songs of Songs is erotic and it's in the Bible. Absolutely. It's the first book of erotica. Because but people just don't be reading it. They don't be understanding what they're talking about. They're talking about some stuff, honey. Huh. They talking about some stuff. Go read it. Don't read it if you're single because you don't want to awaken. You don't want to awaken. But y'all, listen, I'm so grateful to God. I'm grateful to God for who he is. I'm grateful to God for what it is that he does. I'm grateful to God for how it is that he moves in our lives. I'm grateful to God because he knows exactly what we need when we need it. Listen, if you're in need of a session, let me say this. I am not a licensed counselor. I am a prophetic life and business strategist. So I'm going to tell you what God is saying, and I'm going to tell you how you can implement it in your life to live your best life. Okay? So if you're interested in a session, reach out. Individual, couple, it does not matter. Reach out. We got you, right? A position. Yeah, swing from the chandeliers. A position of gratitude. Absolutely. Look, I pray this word blessed you. I pray that you got something you needed. I pray that God ministered to your spirit man today. Answer some questions that you had. You may have been praying for something or asking about something, and this is what shows up, right? So look, I'm super excited about what God is doing. This word blessed you. You can sow a seed into my life at Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Look, my husband said it's supposed to rain all day long. He said God qualified you to cancel, and he did. He absolutely did. Listen, I'm going to spend time with my husband. Look, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed. Mwah.